I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, man, I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man, we can't be stopped. On the strip.
We back at it on this lovely rainy, like I told y'all. Didn't I tell you it's always rainy or drooling? I don't care if it's summertime. Every time we come in and do this podcast, it's always mostly rainy and gloomy outside.
Never noticed that. Never.
Remember, I say it all the time. Remember, I said it. I keep saying it over and over, like on another rainy Saturday or Sunday, or whatever day we do it. But it's always, every time we do the show, it's always raining. But the electricity from doing the show always brings the sun out in my heart.
Oh, in your heart. I just look out the window. It's like, I don't see no fucking sun.
It brings the sun out. It makes me happy. I'm happy when I get to see you guys. I'm happy when I get to, just to be. It just makes me happy. The energy is super duper in here. Every time I fuck with y'all, the energy is super. We in the new.
That's the Incredible Hulk theme song.
Broadway Show podcast facilities, which is the old Ill Creation studio, but it's still dope. You feel me? And before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you. You heard the shit about JayZ? It was a thing. It's been out for a while. The shit is old, but he commented on it and it's new. The comment, but they've been asking motherfuckers, would you take 500,000 or a dinner with JayZ? And JayZ commented on it, and motherfuckers is like, what? Because first they just been giving him backlash and shit about.
Motherfuckers was like, what?
What?
Okay.
And they was like giving him backlash because his cousin wanted to borrow some money and he didn't give it to him. And motherfuckers was like, well, he got billions. Why wouldn't he give his cousin like 4,800, 45, whatever how much it was? It's like some four in the band.
400,000.
No, it was 4,800. Did it come out? It was 400,000.
No, it was 400,000. Into a billionaire, 400,000 is like somebody.
No, it wasn't that much. I seen JayZ commenting on it.
4,500.
It was 4,500. And his cousin said it was like a $2 million return or some shit like that. And he said, I don't see that. I don't see that as a good business move because how you gonna get that from that? And I understood that. I understood it. I wouldn't have gave my cousin 4,500 either. And just because I got billions don't mean I've got billions from not giving motherfuckers shit.
That's a bad investment, even if it's coming
terrible investment.
Even if it's coming from my family.
Even if you DJ Envy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You said even if you Dwight Howard.
Even if you Dwight Howard. So motherfucker Gail, he on the interview with Gail this week. He pushing something, a book or something like that. Jigga, he's leveling up. He said, Gail said, so it's been this thing that's been out, and we asked, and her Oprah, no, she ain't doing the Oprah's rules, but she asked him, what would he do, or how do he feel about somebody saying they would take the money? And he came back and said, I would take the money, I would take it too. Go buy the album. You get the money and go buy the albums. I said all this shit on the records. Everything I was doing and going to do, I said it on the album. So you ain't got to come sit with me and eat and think I'm going to give you some game that you ain't already got. So take the money,
I always
buy the
said
album.
that. You know, all them years that went by when people used to put that on social media and people were like, people that's like woke people was like, I would take the dinner because you could soak up so much experience and knowledge from JayZ. Nigga, I don't care for how much knowledge you soak up. If you ain't got the money to back that fuck up, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So basically, I already got my dream. You know what I'm saying? You can give me some advice or whatever, or I can buy the albums and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But I would rather have the money. Now I can use this money to back up what the fuck that I'm selling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've always said, you woke motherfuckers piss me off.
That bugged out behind that shit. And I would take the money too. It wouldn't even be a question. Give me the money.
If he give me some game, I would take the money and
What do you mean if he gave you some game?
If he giving me some game, because
He ain't gonna give you no game.
He ain't gonna give you game and the
What he
money.
said in the album
It's either money or the game.
Common sense.
No,
But that's common sense.
Not
for a
at
nigga
that
like
time
you.
that you was in.
A
It's
nigga
coming
that had to
shit
go
down.
through life.
When he sat there and said he bought that painting for like 100,000 or whatever, and then all of a sudden now it's worth millions. You know what I'm saying? In that era, we wasn't buying no paintings.
But I was
We
watching
buying
movies.
rims.
I was watching movies
We
where
buying
that
rims.
was the case, motherfuckers.
But you still wouldn't be buying that until you got the money to
We was
pay
buying
for it.
rims and glasses and bitches and shit like
But
that.
he was doing that too at that level.
Yeah, but at the same time, he had more money than us, so he could multitask.
At that level,
So
with niggas that was at that level, he was
you
doing the
could buy
same thing.
rims and cars and $100,000 painting.
If I thought I should be buying it, being an artist, I'm thinking I can make it, but I should. If I had a motherfucker
Well,
around
buying
me.
a painting wasn't the norm in our, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
if a car pulled up, in that time when he was saying that, in our generation, if a car pulled up in your goddamn neighborhood and had a booming system and rims, bitches would come outside like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? That's what made niggas.
He wasn't buying paintings.
No, that's
then.
what I'm saying. And that's what the norm was with to do with motherfuckers' money, is to buy attention.
Right.
So he's saying, well, y'all buying attention. I bought me motherfucking a painting for like 100,000, and then today it's worth like 2 million.
Right, but he has many paintings, and he used to be that nigga. And what he's saying,
No, but I'm saying that's the advice.
he's saying now he buy paintings.
No.
Not back when he was selling dope. He wasn't buying paintings then.
No, I'm talking about by his third or fourth album. He was saying
He was a millionaire by then. When
He
you, the
was
more
talking
you,
about it, he was doing it.
yeah,
He wasn't doing it before he was talking about it.
right, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. If you become into that situation, like if you got
He
people
say that
around
in
you,
his song though, but this is what he said in his song. He give us so much shit. Like he say, even the reason why that he say fuck the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because what you did to the old rappers. You raped
That
them
ain't
out.
nothing new,
You
though.
raped
I
them
know
out.
that.
You raped them out of all their pockets. So this is the reason why I'm overcharging y'all for every fucking thing that got to do with me.
but that ain't new. That ain't game to me. Like that's what it
Not
is.
maybe not to you, but the majority of it. A lot of people was like, get that money. Now I got the money, nigga. You just died out of nobody rapper because you reached for the money and shit. He said like, fuck the money. They gonna rape you anyway. Cause they ain't gonna tell you what I know now.
But
Because I've been raped.
he had to get to a level to do that.
You know the level he got to when he stabbed the motherfucker that was bootlegging
He
his
didn't stab
record.
the nigga.
No,
He was just charged with it.
He said, I wish, like, knowing me now, you know what I'm saying? Like, the money I had was a lot in that era. So he was like, I could just had somebody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? So that's a lesson that he
That's why
learned
he said
that
he
he
didn't
tells
do it.
us.
He didn't stab a
Either
nigga.
you're a goon or you're a boss.
He didn't
You
stab
can't
a
be
nigga.
both. You can't be, what he's saying, you can't be both. You can't be the goon and the boss. I ain't killed nobody. I had him do it. So you can never charge me with
So
murder
that's
or
the
nothing.
same thing. But see, that right there is the same type of thing we were speaking on earlier when we were saying that a motherfucker's name, if you in the car with a motherfucker and you the bigger name, they're gonna put it on you. They're not
And I
gonna
don't
put it
think
on.
that's the game that he was.
They ain't gonna say your
No, it's a whole
homie
bunch.
did it.
Like even when he
That
did
ain't the
90,
game he said.
even when
Because-
he gave you 99 problems, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people didn't know at that time. You probably did. But a lot of people didn't know at that time that no police officer. You give me my ticket. You ain't gotta search shit. You ain't going to my glove compartment. None of that. Right? You better call. Hey, ask
But
my
niggas
lawyer.
that was
a lot
getting
of people
money-
did not know that. So it's so much game. That's why they say like you got JayZ and you got Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, you gave us nothing but how to do lean and do drugs and all that. You didn't.
Yeah, his rhymes don't say shit.
You didn't teach us shit. JayZ, you taught us off your mistakes. And he told you what not to do or whatever the fuck that he learned. I'm gonna help y'all learn it too. So y'all don't be dumb. And Lil Wayne, you gave us nothing but a skateboard and skinny jeans.
And I take that, he did that shit late, so it ain't even, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, he talked about how much of a dumbass he was when you first get money. Like we were saying, like, do money make you a better person? Yeah, when you first get money, you an asshole. But once you grow out of that, like that money don't mean shit. What I'm gonna buy that I don't already have. Mm-hmm. So you ain't doing nothing but accumulating wealth, and you know what I'm saying. And that's your legacy.
That's how I feel when motherfuckers ask me, oh, you still got that Fleetwood? Yeah. It's a classic. What do you mean?
So once you ain't got nothing, when money don't mean nothing to you really like that before, you know what I'm saying, then you can give back. I don't give a fuck if it's words. I'm giving back. Don't fall for what I fell for.
I think that that was just promotion though, like to create that question, to get the outcome, like kind of like what I was doing with the raw opinion, like trying to see what people would say or seeing what would people agree to for what makes things go a certain way for them in their life, because I can't listen to a motherfucker that haven't accomplished anything. It's hard to listen to anybody that has not actually done anything to make you, because you have no experience.
I disagree with that.
You can listen at how they fucked up and
that right there. I thought
I ain't
he was
doing
Hollywood.
that. You know what I'm saying?
He used to tell us stuff that he attempted, and he's, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, when you trying to be an artist, don't be here. Find a region and have that region bumping your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then once they bump your shit, then you find another region. You can't just be he did a lot of failed things, but he would tell you what not to do so you won't repeat, so you won't be in the same position I'm at. I tried it and I bumped my head, I'm bumping my head. You know what I'm saying?
We knew that shit already.
Yeah.
That's what we was doing. We was blowing up, going up and down where we at and shit like that. Like, cause if you gonna be somewhere, get there and stay and push your shit there.
That's what I liked about Hollywood. He would tell you where he fucked up at and who he fucked up with. Hollywood. Like he would let you know.
But you know, if a nigga got some game, like he said though, if a motherfucker, I'd rather have the bread because the bread will work better than his knowledge. If he ain't gonna be there with you telling you or like, nigga, don't do that. Cause he had niggas doing that. Once he started doing any kind of business, he had motherfucker around with him, make sure that business happened. It ain't like he like, you know what?
I remember this.
Let's buy Ace of Spade. No. The niggas was doing other shit, working with motherfuckers when they bought Arbondale and all that shit. So, you know, he created, in the beginning, it's like, oh, niggas is like this. And then once you gain that knowledge and then you making more and more money, then you start thinking on that level. You know what I'm saying? So your rims become just regular wheels. You know, and just a more expensive car that you don't even need the fucking extra rims on that bumper.
Remember the story Memphis Bleak was telling? He said he was a little nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, like 18 or something. And he said JayZ's about to go out of town. And Marcy's projects, JayZ had an apartment. And he was like,
no, it wasn't Marcy, but go ahead.
He said, I want you to watch my shit for me, you know what I'm saying, while I'm out of town and shit, you need anything. He said, I need like $200. He said, all right, it's my keys. When you go up there, that top drawer in my room, you open that up. And he said, don't look in no other room, just right there, get your $200 out. And he said he did that, you know what I'm saying? But then since I'm watching your shit and you gone for like some days, he's like, why would he say don't look in no other drawer? You know, it's like 9 drawers right here. He said, so his curiosity got him in there, and he's like, okay, the top drawer, I already seen some scattered money around here. He said, when he started to open up other drawers, and all of them was stacked with so much money, he's like, why the fuck did I say $200? I should have said $1,000.
He was actually younger than 18.
Yeah, he said, I should have said $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Because $1,000 would have been nothing.
He had a little bitch over there. Like, he really wasn't supposed to be doing none of that shit with a bitch in the house. Them niggas could have fucking ran up in that motherfucker and killed him, the bitch, and everything if niggas knew where the house was.
JayZ said he ain't got to work or make music or do nothing a day in his life. He's old.
But that was still a mistake. Now that he telling that story, I would be like, nigga, really? If he don't know he did that shit, I would be pissed. Like, nigga, you did what? That would compromise a whole lot of shit.
No, statute of limitations, whatever the fuck you talking about, but that's ain't murder
Nah,
or rape.
I'm talking about JayZ and Bleak. If you told me that story and you went in my shit after I said don't, and you on the podcast telling motherfuckers, man, what nigga back in the day, I did this. I would be like, damn, my boy.
By this time, he's already in a mansion, and he's no longer just a dope boy. He was doing
that. Ain't got no. He was in the streets when he did that. And what I'm saying is, dope boy, entertainer, whatever. If you went in my shit, it ain't got to do with statute of limitations. It's just the trust between two people. And he trusted the nigga.
No,
and he listened.
I can talk
it don't
about
matter.
That now.
It don't matter. He could talk about it now, but what if JayZ didn't know? And he tell that story. I'm like, nigga, damn, really? That's some shit you did?
No, because JayZ already know. Like, that was my life
That ain't
right
what I'm
there.
saying, Paul.
And can't nobody...
That's not what I'm saying,
Can't nobody
Paul.
come at me... about that.
He choose to keep that nigga in his life like that. But what I'm saying,
I
Paul,
talk about it in my books. I talk about I sold dope before rap. He always
I'm not
said
talking
that.
about the dope.
I
That
never
is
got
irrelevant.
caught. You can't charge me.
The dope part is irrelevant. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is he trusted him, and he went in his shit and looked at more shit. Not to mention,
And he was a child.
Not to mention,
That was expected.
Wait a minute, bro. Let me finish. He had a bitch in the house.
Expected.
That ain't expected.
Yes, it is.
That ain't expected, nigga. If I say this, that, and other, and I find out you had a bitch in my house,
Every
and you out here-
babysitter on this planet that sat up there, I'm gonna watch your kids while y'all go out and y'all or you go to
Why
work.
every
They got a
babysitter?
nigga in there fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's it's in movies. It's everywhere. That's expected.
That's not every babysitter. I've
That's
never
not
had.
every babysitter, but it's expected.
I've been the dude. I've been that dude.
The topic was
Point is though, you missing my point. My point is
they could be.
Just the trust.
the trust.
I know they could be.
So if that happened, I would be salty at him. When I found out, I would be
JayZ
pissed.
wasn't because the topic.
don't know what he
No,
was.
the topic was how JayZ been the man before rap. Before rap, like you know what I'm saying, like this inspired. That was an inspiration
He was the man
story
amongst them.
that he was telling.
There's a whole bunch of
the
the
man.
mans.
Inspiration tell, and JayZ ain't do nothing like I remember that shit. Ha ha ha. Like there's nothing nobody can do about this shit because my money ain't in drawers no more in Marcy's project or whatever.
No,
it's
but
not
he's
there
not
no
talking
more.
about
Nah,
that. He's
yeah,
talking
that's
about
not the point I'm making.
trust.
It's the trust. Like I
If
said,
I
that's
tell
why
you
I
to
broke it
say
down.
I understand
That's
that.
why I'm taking it to you. Like,
No.
bro, if I did
Listen.
that and you went in my shit, I would be looking at
this
it
was,
different.
If this was 1991 and I went in your and you went in my shit and you told that story 2 days later, yeah, that would piss me off. But if you told that story 20 years later, when you're no longer in
I'm not
Marcy's
talking about
project,
20 years
or nothing,
later.
I would just be sitting there like I remember that.
I'm not talking about 20 years later. And I would be like, nigga, don't never tell nobody no stupid shit like that ever.
That didn't happen.
He said that
I know what
he
he's
told
saying.
you 20 years later. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, I
it
know
will
he
go
knew.
over- It will go over easy since it's 20 years
I know,
later.
I
And
understand.
there's no, you know what I'm saying?
I overstand.
There's nothing no police can do and shit right
Why
here.
you
Talking
saying
about
the police?
He just
No,
talking about
because-
the trust factor.
Police,
I'm not talking
robbers,
about
or whatever.
police or none of
Trust
that.
factor with
I'm not talking
Bleak.
about
The
2K.
trust factor was only a monster thing because you still lived in Marcy Project. And
No,
you
he
said
didn't
that.
live in Marcy
If you told-
Project.
No,
It was
if you
another
told-
house.
If you told, well, I don't care where it was at, but if you told people 2 days later, it's like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's the point I'm
'Cause
making.
that was your bait. But he waited 20 years later where that JayZ don't live like that no more. George Foreman got stories when he did wrong shit that he talk about, but y'all can't come at me with that.
I'm not
Statute of
talking
limitation.
about now, my boy. I'm not talking about him telling the story today on
If you was a
Breakfast Club.
super
No,
millionaire,
You gotta listen.
Breakfast Club on Drink Champ. I'm not talking about those interviews. I'm saying initially, whenever JayZ did find out,
He felt some. He was.
I'm sure
You
he
assuming.
felt- I'm not assuming. Who
'Cause he
wouldn't
said
feel
it.
fucked up? And that's why I said, well, Paul Clark, if I had you watch my crib, and this is the crib, that's what he always be like, the crib, son. If it's the crib, and you got a little bitch in there, okay, you got your little bitch over there, but don't be doing all this, that, and the other. And then you go totally against that shit, and you tell a motherfucker
So
that
you were
shit.
mad at a 16-year-old for doing shit a 16-year-old
I
supposed
would
to
have
do.
never, but
As
them
an
niggas
adult.
run their shit different because of the way they do.
Let's
they
say-
run their shit with the pecking order, like, cause that New York shit be like a boss and a nigga next to the boss and a doorman and all that shit. We never had all those things, but I'm just saying how he would have probably been pissed. I'm sure he was pissed when he found out that nigga did all that. Went in other
I would be
drawers and all
if you
that
said
shit.
that 2 days later. But
That's what I'm
like, just
talking about. I'm not talking
let's
about
say
now.
you got.
I'm not
let's say
talking
you
about
got-
now,
Let's
bro.
say right now, at the age you are, you got $800 million right here to your name and all that right there, and you just everybody knows you and all that, and then I'm younger than you, I'm way younger than you, and I'm sitting up there telling a story like, nah, this ain't no. Sean been having money. Sean been having money
I would've
when I
never
was
put a
when I was
16-year-old
15
nigga in
years
jail.
old, and I looked up to him. Let me tell you something right here. This dude had money way back then. You're not gonna sit there and look at it like, hey, I did use my illegal money to get to where the fuck I am now. They never caught me.
That's
They-
irrelevant. That's not the part I'm making about nobody getting caught.
People
nobody
say
doing
that
none
to
of
you
that.
about this day. somebody can say something to you about your 20s right now.
Trust issue is what he's saying.
Sean, remember that dude you knocked out at the bar? You know what I'm saying? You knocked him out.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
It's like a violation.
It's a violation. It's a code.
Not 20 years later.
If I grew up in Lincoln Projects with you, and I was getting money, and I let you stay at my crib, and you going to shit that you shouldn't have went in, and I'm like, I leave, go out for the night, and you're like, Paul, don't go in that room, and don't
you
do this, don't do
25
that.
and I'm 15. You gonna expect it. I know that nigga gonna have some pussy in my house. You already know that nigga gonna fuck in your house, and it better be on my couch.
If it was me, my nigga, and thinking of Sean, 25-year-old Sean, 21-year-old Sean, I wouldn't have let him be there.
Watch this right here. I remember when I was working at a spot in there, the parking was like a fucked up area. Dontel Taylor kind of looks like me. Dontel kind of looked like me. I let him know my birth certificate, my social security number, everything, in case you get pulled over. Because we look so. I gave him my ID, my driver's license and shit. You are me. You know what I'm saying? Drop me off to work in my own fucking car. I already know in my car. You gonna fuck with some bitches in my car. You're not gonna just drop me off and then go home and do that. I already know, nigga. Do you? This how I taught him how to drive. You know what I'm saying? You a little nigga, so if you fuck up and make a mistake, it's by a mistake that I already know that you was gonna make.
But you make your mistake on your own, but you gave a nigga the shit.
So he could have said no.
He should have. Well, I ain't gonna say he should have. That's his man. But I'm saying, I bet if
that's how you birth little niggas. But how many little niggas have you birthed that you know? Yeah. So if they tell a story like, yeah, Sean let me use his crib while he
but I didn't do none of that.
I know, but if you did and you had a little nigga watch your shit, you already know he gonna have some bitches.
He's really trusting because I never had a nigga in my life
like this right here.
I trust.
If you let a little nigga use your car to go to the prom and shit, and he fuck some bitch in the backseat of your car, you already know that's gonna happen. So if he tell that story later on.
That wouldn't be a problem.
30 years later, he tell the story, you could be like,
I wouldn't be pissed about that.
I know you wouldn't, so you're JayZ now.
No, I've been JayZ. Like, it's a bunch of JayZs in the world.
I'm not pissed.
But my point is, I'm saying about nigga, like, during those era of time, the streets was monsters.
That's why I say, if he said that story 2 days later, then you would be wrong. No, you waited 30 years to say.
I hope he did.
That's just reminiscing.
Because
50 Cent always tell them stories about some fucked up shit that happened.
But 50 he
ain't nobody get murdered or ain't nobody get raped.
He the main nigga. The niggas was falling behind 50 just like they niggas.
Ja Rule right now is talking about the 50 Cent beef. Right now, if you look on social media, I stabbed 50, you know what I'm saying? And this is what happened, this is what happened. Hold on, we stolen him first. He said, you talking about some shit that you cannot ever get charged with. Because statute of limitations.
Don't nobody care about the charges, bro.
Yeah. You think Bleak told some other people?
Yeah.
Oh,
before.
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm 15 years old. I'm 50. No.
Bet you.
No. I bet you
wait 30 years to tell that shit.
No.
I bet you said it 4 times on the podcast.
Hold on. Because I'm going to tell you why I bet you that Bleak didn't even tell his best friend none of that right there. Because like I said, JayZ said to this day right there, Memphis Bleak, I don't care if you fall off.
That don't mean nothing.
He has always been holding Memphis Bleak down. You ain't got to work a day in your life. I got you. You know why? Because I bet you Memphis Bleak, because that was your hero. Hook. That was just that's your hero. So listen right here. If I'm 15 years old and you 28 years old and you the motherfucking man, when you accept me in my, I can't believe I'm even with you or in your car. This nigga let me in his house. I'm gonna be so much on your dick that I'm not gonna do nothing to betray you because I don't want you to look at me sad. I don't want you to look at me like, nigga, you did me like this. So guess what? I can see Memphis Bleak not saying shit to nobody. Nobody.
The way he tell the story,
influences.
It was like I gotta tell somebody this shit.
No, it wasn't that right there.
Yeah.
The topic was how JayZ been the man. Oh yeah, JayZ been the man. Before rap, JayZ was the man. You know, JayZ had me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. JayZ ain't gotta live like that.
So the only way for good face in that situation is for him to be like.
The only way you can be mad if you still living that with money in a drawer in the hood.
Nah, I would be upset because of the trust.
You set me up to get robbed. The average person don't even know where JayZ live at.
You could be kind of shook, like, oh damn, he did what the fuck? Why would he go in the drawer after I told him not to go in the drawer? He could feel shook and feel
watch this right here.
Took him back. Like,
I could have told you.
Wait. He could feel shook and kind of took him back, like damn. do I gotta, it might have ran through his head because nothing came of it. Of
Right.
him going in the drawer,
Right.
he didn't take any money. Nothing came of it, so it might have,
Or with the chick being in there.
It might have been a test. Nigga, the
test.
money is here in the front drawer. Don't look that. That's enticing. Hey, little kid, you know what I'm saying? The candy is right here. Don't look at the candy right here. That kid gonna look at the candy. I know you gonna look at the candy. I know how much I got in every goddamn drawer, nigga. I'm gonna tell you this. This is how I'm gonna see if I can trust you or not.
It might have been.
And that could have been it right
Might
there
have been
too.
a test.
So that's why
And
he's like,
he
I don't give a fuck. No, he ain't failed because he ain't touched shit.
But
That's
I'm
why he's
saying
still
the whole
rolling with you.
shit. I'm just saying, if the nigga figured that out later, and the nigga did that would change a motherfucker's way. Like, damn.
Well, it might have just.
But it could have been a test. It could've
Solidified, like that's my
He
truth.
might- he either
That's why I'm
real nigga
taking
or
care of
he's-
you for the rest of
Get
your
rid of
life.
this motherfucker.
Whether you need me or not, I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life. Cause you showed
Then
me
again, it
loyalty.
might have been like, what else did he do behind my back?
It's a lot. It's a few scenarios.
I know you're gonna fuck a bitch in there. I don't give a fuck if you fuck the bitch in my house or not.
Yeah, that
you
don't
ain't
mean
touch
that.
my money. You ain't touch a dime. I give you $200 and that's it. You see that I got like a 100,000 in a fucking drawer and you didn't touch a dime? Oh yeah, nigga. Fuck the bitch you fucked in my house. Nigga, I fuck bitches in there. I expect you
And
to
if
be
you
15.
pumping, if I already got you pumping or some shit out there, you wouldn't need to touch nothing anyway.
What? Yeah.
He had it could have been a setup to see his loyalty, and nothing came of it. So
Cause I always look.
And you ain't tell nobody. Cause
Right.
anybody try to rob you.
Yeah, I just said like in that situation, so to get there and be there and.
but it was, I could see where you would think it was, damn. Why would you do that?
It would, and if he did
I would only
find
think
out
that
then,
he did that 2 days later.
He rethought him. He probably, if he found that out, he sent you through another test again or something. Because I know them. It's just them niggas. A lot of them niggas, the way they do shit, like
And
from
I'm
the
gonna have to
80s.
trust you anyway to sit there
from
and
the
say,
70s and
while
80s.
you gone for 4 days, you gonna trust me in your house? You gotta have to trust me anyway.
Yeah, he trusted him from the beginning, before that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he had that.
So he probably already had it
Trust
to
him.
hey, take my car, run around the corner and shit and
Yeah.
bring it back right here. And you've been doing that shit. You've been doing all kind of shit.
washing
Like,
clothes.
yeah, I'm not gonna pick you out of the crowd and say you wash my house.
Right.
Well, I know
Nah,
that.
he won't
I know
wash-
that.
he won't wash
but
no
still,
clothes.
like it's a level of.
He wasn't washing no
it's a
clothes. He
level
wasn't
of
his
loyalty to
servant.
get
He
to
wasn't
be
out his, you said washing clothes. He wasn't his
there. I bet he
servant.
wore some clothes.
She would have killed somebody for JayZ.
I bet he wore some clothes.
That was his hood hero.
I believe.
You done had some motherfuckers that looked up to you like hood heroes, and you done let them motherfuckers do some shit you wouldn't let the average motherfucker do.
No, I'm gonna tell you like man.
Watch the
I don't know
studio.
about
I'll be right back.
that. That's true.
And you probably done fucked a bitch in the studio. I know you probably did. You been out and fucked him with no condom.
That was going on, and I'm like, well, I ain't never say don't.
Leave your car running. Hey, watch my car for me while you go do some dumbass shit for like 45 minutes in the house
I ain't gonna leave it running.
with little nigga.
No, I'll cut it off, and I'll be back.
Cause I know some little niggas.
Because my nigga
Even on
wrecked
the
one of my
street,
cars
I know some little
because
niggas.
of that.
The little-
I stopped doing that because my nigga wrecked my motherfucking 78.
The little niggas start off like this. Hey, go to H. Johnson and grab me this and grab you something too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go to that corner store and grab me this right here and you grab you something too. You know, that's how it starts off because they so little. And
You do
the older
bitches
the older
like
they get.
that? Like, you do bitches like that? Like, roll this blunt. Oh, you can keep the rest of that. You do bitches like
No,
that?
oh, hold on, time out. I do everybody like that. I do my son like that. I'm not a waking baker. You rolled that blunt for me, you know what I'm saying? It's only if I get an eighth and you roll a blunt, it's only another blunt left in that bag and shit. That's kind of like your reward for rolling a blunt because I hate fucking rolling. Whether you're a girl
Well, you do it so
or a
well
dude.
when you get here.
But because it's out of a zigzag. Nobody smokes out of zigzags. Nobody do. You know what I'm saying?
If you
So-
roll the zigzag, I would blaze the zigzag too.
See, I don't care what I smoke out of. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I really
I
don't.
prefer backwood, but I don't mind.
But if I'm smoking with other people, they don't prefer a zigzag. So I'm like, hey, you know, I'll reach in and I'll grab it. Even if you got wood, you got weed, yup.
You know how to roll
Roll
a
it,
zigzag, make a big zigzag, put them together, make the big one. And
I mean, yeah, you can.
No, I'm saying you ever do that?
I've never done that.
I did it a few times with Big Gil. Big Gil is gonna be
I
festive.
could see him doing it with all them people in his family that he just posted.
You see that him and his kid?
Yeah, it was like 12 of them motherfuckers right there.
All of them look the same.
All built the same and shit right there, like this.
Everybody strong.
Yeah, for no reason and shit.
I did a dope butterfly on his daughter's show right here before. The big shout out. He got a brand new grandbaby too. We're gonna pay a bill and then we're gonna let them know we out of here. The Broadway show is being brought to you by.
I gotta say for some greens. I want something different. I mean, some chicken from our people's kitchen when they want ingredients, this and this, and I want a bread skin. I like my cornbread this. Pick up the phone, come get this. Take out the business and wedges. Ha. Think of Jesus, is that macaroni cheese? Yep, is that macaroni cheese? Yep, is that macaroni cheese? Yep.
Yeah.
Hurry by.
Our famous kitchen. Holler at us. We got you. 614-556-2174. The Broadway Show podcast is also being brought to you by life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes you have to create your own enjoyment with many different creme velour flavors, such as berry beautiful, exotic plum, strawberry mango, and lemon haze. Relax, kick your feet up and enjoy the taste. Creme velour, draped imperial grapes. Creme velour, my lord! Yo. We happy y'all fucking with us again this
Happy
week.
Halloween!
Happy fucking Halloween in this bitch. And this Rawway, aka the big homie of the Rawway Show podcast. With Rawway and
This is Paul Clark, born and raised Lincoln Parker. Your favorite barber's favorite barber and your favorite comedian's favorite comedian.
yo, check us out. Paul Clark is making moves. The Rawway Show is in a new spot. Like, comment, subscribe, push that like button, leave stars, you know what I'm saying, to help us keep on creating this beautiful content that we are creating for you people. And send us some comments about some shit you want us to talk about, or you want to come in and talk shit with us. You know, we get the cocktails going and shit like that. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So,
Talking about who coming next week.
Shots coming road.
Oh, we had a bad situation, like a mix-up. So next week we will have DJ Dami, Huge Deal Styles at the Rawway Show podcast. So
Tommy Styles.
tap in. You know, he on the radio. He big. He's large and in charge. Tap into the Rawway Show podcast. Now get the fuck out. Fuck you, boy.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it. Man, I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man. We can't be stopped. On the strip.